Today's video we're talking about essentials that you need to curl your mustache. Now I used to try to style my mustache after it dried after a shower, and just letting it naturally dry, it never had any kind of curl to it, which of course means that when you're trying to curl the mustache you're gonna have troubles because you're gonna be fighting what the hair naturally wants to do. And one of my newest, simplest, easiest ways to get that natural curl in the mustache before putting anything in it absolutely has to be mustache curlers. Whether it's bigger ones for a bigger curl or nice and small ones for a tight curl, I tend to cut these in half. That way it's a one curler and I can just kind of put them in there and they work fairly well. Now of course the curlers do take a little bit of time and a lot of us don't have that time to spare. So what is the best option for me? Well, I think that's simply a round comb and a blow dryer. So these are both separate items because you don't necessarily have to have the blow dryer to go ahead and use the round comb. It's super simple. You just brush through it and get that angle on your mustache that you want, and you can simply just brush through it, and within a minute or so you're going to have a little bit of a curl. Now where the blow dryer comes in is that the heat is really gonna set that curl where you want it. And of course if you want to use the blow dryer with the hair curlers, nothing's gonna stop you. I've also used the blow dryer for melting wax. It's a really great way to warm up whatever wax you are using. It's also really good if you get a little chunk or two in your mustache to be able to melt it down so that there's no streaks or little wax dots in your mustache. So I think that if you're applying wax, which this is to curl your handlebar, so chances are you are going to need a blow dryer. Now it doesn't have to be this particular brand or this old of one. It just needs to be a reliable one that can go on low heat. Then of course comes the wax application to really lock in those handlebars. And one of my favorite ways to do so is with a multi-stage wax, because you don't want to be putting a whole ton of super strong wax in your mustache if you don't need to, but just being able to use the stronger holds right where you need to, like the tips or stubborn stray hairs, is definitely a good thing. A couple of my favorite brands on that is of course Can You Handlebar with their primary and secondary waxes. It's a great combination. Then of course we can't leave out Vintage Grooming with the Death Grip line of products. Of course you've got the Death Grip, which is their super strong hold. Got the Sudden Death and the Bare Bones. I tend to go for the Bare Bones and Sudden Death, but nothing saying that you can't go with the Sudden Death and Death Grip. Or heck, if you want to, you can go ahead and go with the Bare Bones and Death Grip. It all depends on what your mustache needs, and I really do like the multi-stage waxes because I think that it just gives that much more options to be able to really control your mustache the way that you need to. Now of course, because we got our mustache just the way that we want to, unfortunately we can't keep it like that forever, and one of the best ways then to remove that wax from our handlebars is going to be Night Fury from Vintage Grooming in the Death Grip line of products. It's great. It really breaks down those waxes, but of course you can use something like a beard oil or even a natural oil at that. Now of course these aren't the only ways to get your handlebar to have a nice curl. I have seen where, I believe it's this year's winner of the National Mustache Competition, uses a small flat iron. Now I have never done that. However, if you would like to see that, leave me a comment down below and maybe I'll pick one up here soon to try out and see how it works for me. Now last week I covered 5 mustache must-haves. So if you think that I'm missing something out of today's video, go back and check that because there's a good chance that the item is probably in that list. If it's not, go ahead and please come back here and leave it down in the comment section so that I can try it out for myself. Now, of course, I have done a video on just about all of these things, so I have put those linked down below in the video description for you. If you like this video, but you're wondering more about mustache waxes and what I thought of certain brands and types, go ahead and check out this playlist up here. Down below, that's going to be a video that you'll probably enjoy as well. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.